What's up everyone, it's Kyle from Color Expression, back with another swatch and review. So we're doing things a little differently today and actually looking at 3 different sort of Valentine's Day themed polishes. We have one from Cirque and then 2 trios from ILNP and ORLY. So today we're looking at all 7 polishes, and we have a mix of finishes, a mix of brands, obviously too, which I've never really done before. I've never really mixed brands in a swatch and review like this, so definitely let me know if this is something that you guys like. But we're going to check out all of these different shades, and I am excited to look at them with you. We'll go over pricing and a little bit more info about each release as we get to them. But if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so you're never missing out on the new nail polish content. But yeah, I think it's time we move on to these swatches. First up, we will look at La Vie en Rose from Cirque Colors, which is a do-good polish that was released a few years ago and is now back for a limited time. So this one is a thermal shade, which you will see in a little bit more detail in a second, but this one is available now from Cirque for $16.50 USD, and the net proceeds do go towards Planned Parenthood of Greater New York, so if you grab this one, your money is going towards a good cause. And where it is a thermal polish, during the application and in the bottle just now, we're seeing it in sort of a middle ground between its 2 colors. When it gets cold, it gets a little bit deeper and darker than we're seeing it here, and when it gets warm, it's almost this sort of really light and pastel baby pink. And then we're also getting a bunch of the Cirque Colors scattered hollow glitter in here, and I did quickly just want to show off, it does dry down a little bit matte as most thermals do, so we'll definitely want to put a glossy top coat on this one. But when we come in with that second coat, I felt like this one had really great coverage. Sometimes with thermals, I feel like you have to build them up in 3 coats to get like full opacity, but this one looked really great in 2. You can just see it's such a bright and beautiful color, and then once we take a look at it in the full hand, we're getting so much more of that warmer shade here, and then down at the tips you're getting a little bit of a like the cooler color, and I love that it almost gives off this natural gradient effect. And obviously that will depend on your nail length. If they're longer, you're going to get probably even more of the darker pink, but when we go in warm water you can see that light shade, and then when we go in the cool water you can see how really deep this polish does get. And being in New England outside with this shade recently, it has been getting very dark pink, so I love the color changing effect in the weather, especially at this time of year. Next up is the ILNP trio, and we are getting a speckled shade, a holographic Crelly, and a magnetic in this one. So the magnetic retails for $12.50 USD, and the other 2 retail for $10 USD, and you can grab them all as a little bundle for $32.50. First up is Heart to Heart, and this one is a white sort of Crelly-ish base. It's a pretty like opaque white polish, honestly, but then in it we have these little purple and red sort of metallic shards, and then also some white shards that are just like white. There's no shine to them at all, and even though the purple and red ones do have a quote-unquote shine, as you build this one up and sort of cover them up with the polish and layer it up, it takes the shine out, but that's also the point. Like, this one looks so cool. I love this finish. It's so unique and not personally something I think we see too often, so I really like this color combo. I feel like I like that it's purple instead of pink in this one. It's just a nice little twist, and then even the red ones sort of look a little bit pink as you build the white up over it. And just overall, I really like this finish, and I think that this, as a full manicure, it looks so good. It's totally perfect if you like that sort of white and subtle look. Next up is Holding Hands, which I feel like in itself is a really cute name for a polish. I don't know, it strikes me as really unique, so I like that about this one. But here you can see it is this sort of sheer-ish pink with a bunch of these sort of holographic flakes, I guess you could say. They're all irregular and little like shards, almost like you scratched up a CD. I know I've said that on the channel before, but I really like that holographic finish. I feel like it gives such a unique look because you're getting all of these different colors. It's like scattered hollow, but it's bigger, so you get more of that shining glitter, and I really like it. You can see in 2 coats, this one built up really nicely. We didn't have any patches after 2 coats, which for this sort of finish was pretty impressive to me. I honestly expected this one to be a 3-coater. And then just as a full hand with that glossy top coat, you can see this one shines so nice. You can see what I mean about the glitters being a little bit bigger and just really shining that hollow all around. And I'm totally a fan of this finish. Our final ILNP shade is Be Mine, which is honestly definitely my favorite. I feel like this shade is so stunning. ILNP does an amazing job on their magnetic polishes. So this one has a magnetic pigment in it that looks sort of reddish or pink here head on, but then you'll see it has a duochrome effect over to this like gold and bronze, and oh my god, it is so beautiful. But then we also get this other sort of like shimmer pigment in here, which once we apply the magnet, you'll get to see that a little bit better once the empty space around the magnetic line opens up, and you just really see the depth of this one. And like I said, once we get to that color shift, it is just insane. So this one I did build up full opacity in 2 coats and then put on a little bit of a thicker 3rd coat and held the magnet for 30 seconds. And like I said, once that magnet pulls in, you see all of this extra sparkle in those sort of darker areas, and it is just so beautiful. The way that ILNP does their magnetics, they put so much thought and care into them, and I am such a fan of this formula from them. So I definitely recommend checking this one out. Moving on to the ORLY trio, we are getting a cream, a sort of hollow jelly, and then a topper in this one. So I like this little trio as well, and each of these are going to retail for $12.50 USD. Linked down below if you want to check them out. First up is Sup, which is a pink jelly base with some hollow glitter and I think some silver metallic glitters, or they might all be hollow. I don't know, I couldn't tell, but there's a bunch of glitter in here and we're getting like different sizes. So there's some bigger ones, little ones. It's like a really nice mix. And for this one, where it is a jelly base, I built it up in 2 coats and I felt like that looked really good. Like there's a hint of nail line, but it also filled in the color really nicely, and we layered over some of those glitters, so some are a little bit pink. And just overall, I've really loved the finished effect of this one. I feel like for this finish, I've never really had one in this color, like this sort of bright pink like this, and I really like it. I feel like pink isn't usually what I'm drawn to, but for a pink polish, especially a glitter, this is definitely one that I would consider. Oh god, why did I just rhyme? Next, we will look at the cream, which is Wink Wink, and I was trying to do a bit where I was like winking, and then I'm like, oh, you can't see me, but we're just gonna move on. This one is a sort of light pastel pinky shade, and I almost wanted to say bubblegum, but it's definitely not bubblegum. It's like much softer than that, and I really appreciate it. Also, you can see pretty much got 1 coat coverage with this shade. I feel like ORLY makes such a good cream polish. Their formula is just, it's like so good that you don't even think about it being as good as it is. It's just there and exists, and you're like, wow, that was a good experience. So I definitely love their cream formula. And as for this shade, if you are in the market for this sort of pink, definitely one to consider. I feel like, as I just mentioned, great formula. I totally love the color payoff, and like 2 coats for this nice even coverage. Just, you can't go wrong with this. The final shade in this video is Let's Go Girls, which is this topper, and it has sort of large and small pink and purple hex glitters, and then a bunch of hollow glitter in here as well. And truly, I feel like you could probably use this one as just like a polish on its own. There is so much glitter in here. It was honestly insane how much just came off the brush as I applied it, but I feel like it was pretty fun. And these like sort of confetti, I think is what they're called, type toppers aren't usually my thing, but I don't know, something about this one, I feel like they really did do a good job with the colors and maybe just pairing it with this cream as well. I really enjoyed. So overall, definitely a fan of this one too. Now that we have seen all of these shades, I want to hear your thoughts on them. So leave a comment down below. Let me know which ones were your favorites. Did you pick any of them up, or seeing them again, do you think there's any that you might grab? I know that Valentine's Day can be really like hit or miss for some people. So I feel like whether you're going out or staying in, getting a nail polish and just, having really great nails is going to be a good time. So you can always paint your nails to put a smile on your face. That's my new motto. As I've mentioned, check the description for links to all the products in today's video, as well as some discount codes, affiliate links, all that sort of good stuff. And if you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button. We do a lot of swatches. We have some fun mixing videos, like just a lot of different stuff on the channel, and I'm excited to come out with some more videos soon for you guys. I do think that's going to be it for this one today, though. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.